header table like VBAK and VB. These are the sales tables. Go to S11 and see what these tables are about. So here VBAK is sales document. It is a header data. Weblen sales document, and here that sales organization, VKORG, business area and sales office, sold to party, cost center, etc. So these are the fields of VBAK, and let's see what is VBRK. So this is the billing data. This is also header data. So it has Weblen, billing document, and sales organization VKORG is there. Here Belnar, accounting document number. There's a country code and city code. So let's create for this tool. Or VBAK, VBAP. It has Weblen, article number. This is the item level data for the sales document. Here, this is the so let's create on VBAK and VBAP. VBAK sales document header data, VBAP sales document item level data. So for that we have to go to SQ02. Here is the transaction for Infoset. So let's create ZIS underscore HLS. This is for the sales. And now we create this. Authorization, our group was ZISUG. And base table for a join is VBAK. And after giving that, you can continue this. And then click on Insert Table, VBAP. Here you have one join here. And then we are looking for other joins. If you could. Generally, the one join is enough. VKORG, I guess it should be there. No, it's not there. We have ERNAM and ER that here. ERNAM is there. It's okay, let's go back. So you have to give the join and you have to go back. And here you have to select the create empty field groups. And then you can choose whatever the fields you want from the table. Here you have join. Here you have two basic field groups and select few fields here. And this organization, distribution channel, sales group, and sales office, business area, cost center. Okay, price condition, delivery point, currency code. Okay, so let's get some fields from VBAP. So go down. Here you got document item. Here these are the fields we have from VBAK. Cost center, sold to party, business area, sales office, sales group, that, and we got enough fields. And here we are going to give document number, article number, batch number, material group, and we'll give,
Sahid,
yeah,
what's a batch number?
this business point, the, I mean, that is called, I mean, the divide according to the batch number, etc. This is about the materials and sales orders. So, functional term, I don't know how to explain. You can do F1 in the table, but here in this system it doesn't work F1. But generally, batch number you will find in a lot of tables.
Okay.
Here, there is no information in the system. Whenever you want the information in the system in real time, you just have to go to the table and press F1. Any field here, you can press F1. The field is, so you have to go deeper. Here you have in the, I mean, when you display the table, if you have this, this is the batch number, right? Generally, you should get information about that here. No documentation available. So when you press F1, you are supposed to get information about it. So there are a lot of points where of, I mean, report analysis. So it is just batch is just one of it, and like there will be hundreds of points where we, I mean, report. So you have to, I mean, look for the documentation if whenever you need. So here, if you have some field name and this is in the description, you can go to the settings and go to user parameters and change it to the field name and continue. So here the field name should be there. Generally, Matnar, if some field is changed, name is changed, then you want to find where is the field, you can uh, you can change this, right? And now here you won't understand where the, I mean, batch is and where the purchasing organization is, sales organization, etc. is. Then you go to the settings, go to user parameters, and change it to field table. Here you have batch here. It says document. So, but here there is no documentation about anything. For example, you have to take like this, all this, I mean, the needed, you will get a functional specs. For the functional specs, you have to create a technical specs. So in the functional specs, functional guys will do it according to the necessity. Like if they want if they want the data for certain batch number or certain, I mean, version type, etc. Certain type or number, and according to the business, there will be sorted. The business data will be sorted. For example, the a business is doing in some other way, calculating the finance tax codes in some other way. For example, I'm just giving a tax as an example because it is easy. In a tax code, you will have tax code, right? If the tax code is 01, then the calculations will be different because in a SAP system there are few manual entries and there are few lot of automatic entries. Like when you enter few fields of about the details about the tax and all, then there are a lot of records which will be generated automatically by the system. Calculations will be done by the system automatically. So all those calculations, all those patterns, I mean there are four, I mean few patterns for that. So according to the tax code, it will be as a system will be working. So maybe the American payroll, UK payroll, Europe payroll, different countries have different tax. I mean payrolls and different tax codes and all that. So everything is in the system. So it depends on all that. So all that is the functional guys work. Our work is that we get the specs and we get the field names. I mean, we get the information we want. So once we add this is where we begin like with the information. And if we want to collect the information, then we have to take help of functional guys. We have to work with the functional guys.
So I will have to write technical specs after
Getting
creating
the
something like a
functional
query.
base. After
A-
getting the functional specs, you will get the
yes.
functional specs of the requirement
Yeah.
that will be created by the functional guys. For the functional specification, you have to create the technical specification.
Oh, I don't know how that looks like.
I will show you. You have a functional specification for this. This is a functional specification
Yes.
for the cycle time report, and there will be a lot of signatures from the, I mean, for the company reference purpose. And then after that this document will be valid, like they will go for agree for the report. So
Hmm.
after that priority, everything will be there, all the details will be there, definition and everything. So business requirements will be there. So this is what you have to look at.
Hmm.
And the business complete requirement will be there, and they will give the formula, like for the movement type 101 and this one from the table. You have to take this from the table MSCG. So BWART is for the movement types. Like this, we will get all the information, and for the bucket 2 we get from the for the movement types we will restrict the data and we will get. And all this happens, I mean, with the help of transaction. They QA11, they are they are posting the data, and we go for the movement types.
And
So
for
we will even get the formula what we are supposed to do. Like
yeah.
for example, we want to subtract the QA11 and Migo, like that. We will get the formula, and for the formula we have to create the query, and we have to create the, I mean, document, and then we have to create the query. As you can see, the formula is this. For the cycle days, what is the cycle days? Q11 minus MIGO. So here, this is the cycle days. So we want to achieve that. So
So
yeah, our goal
QA11
here
is
is,
a field in the table.
no, it is not field in table. It is a transaction code.
It's a transaction.
So here this is the given as a pseudo. So we have to go, we have to get the, you will be given all those details. What is the material, what is the movement type we want. This is the field in the table. Like it is here broken down to the field. Like BWART it is the field in MSCG. This is the table MSC, and this is what working in Migo transaction. Through they are doing it through Migo transaction. Like that, you will have all the formulas and all. You just have to go ahead and all the fields, required fields, you have to add them. You have required fields here. You have to add those fields here, whatever is required, and then you will do is, you have to create the logic in BW system. Here, for example, you have a requirement here for the movement types and all they have given. What you will do is to add the BWART and add the other fields required for the query, and then you will take the data to the BW system and you will filter the data. You will create a query and you will add the restrictions for the movement types, etc. So by doing that in query, you will achieve that. Well, it will be like a very lengthy process, like, only this simple query I'm creating in 1 hour here. I just created a couple of times. It will take 30 days, 1 month, or more than 1 month.
1 month to complete that functional spec.
No, for the queries, for us, our time.
Oh yes, 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 yes. Okay.
So you can buy 15 to 20 days easily for this. For this requirement. Once you get the functional specs in your hand, so you can definitely get that time. So it has to be done according to the. For example, you have uh, you might. It has to be done carefully. You have to work closely with the functional guys.
Yeah. But then you said after that, after you get the functional spec, then
Yeah,
it's our responsibility to create the technical spec.
yeah. The
So how does
technical specs is something which which we create. You have to describe the objects and for example, you are creating a DSO
yes,
here in BW. You're getting the data to the DSO first in BW. You have to describe the settings you are using, and you have to give the type of DSO you are using and all the details.
and then that will look like a document like you showed me, just like the functional spec document. I'll have to make up another Word document for the technical specs for
Yeah,
everything.
it's up to you how you make document, how you make it look. So no one is going to say, anything if you do it in Excel. You can do it in Excel, no problem. And whether you want to, it's up to you what document you want to make. But at the end of the day, it has to have all the details that that we are creating. And
Okay.
some people in some companies, there won't be a lot of documentation as well. But we don't take it as consider it as take it for granted. We have to create the documents generally.
Okay. Okay.
Here, let's finish this quickly. Now we have created, we have given a few fields here. You have to generate a query infoset, create local object. See it? Yes. So here it is generated here. And now you have to assign the user group. Now our user group is Z, IS, music, like this, and it is assigned. Now let's see in SQ01 for this. SQ01. Here we want to create, this is the previous one which we created. Let's see whether output is coming or not. No, it's not displaying output. Yeah. Z query and create from Infoset Query. Here, this time we are creating it from sales. And when you expand it, you will see the business area, sales group, and the fields for the output. Sales organization. There is nothing batch number. Here, you see the query output here. So this is the output we can get. This is where the we can get the output in ECC for the Infoset query SQ01. Uh, we can create a query in ECC here. So this is for the Infoset. We will save this. We can continue saving query 2, and after this we have to create our source 2, the data source for this. So it is the sales data. So that ds underscore SMS. So create this. This is for the SD. I will check SD here. For that, after this, I will here you can see extraction from the query. Click on here, and here I mean first of all you have to give the description.
So then the data source would have what inside? At the end of this, we create this data source. It's going to have the values of the result of the queries. inside the data source? Is that what's going to be there?
No, result of the info set. Yeah, I'm coming to that point. Here you can see when you click on the Infoset query, here the Infoset button is activated. Here now, what you give here is not what we have created in SQ01. We will give what we have created in SQ02. This is where we have created the info set. Here, this is where we can create a query in ECC rather than in BEX. We can create the output in ECC here, SQ01. And here we can create the user group. We can assign as many as info sets to the user group once we create the user group. So we created one user group and we have created the info set here. We assigned it to the user group, and for that, I mean, we went to the SQ01. We wanted to find whether the info set we have created here is displaying the data or not. Here we found it, and then we came the RSO2. Now that we have created the Infoset query, we want to create a data source with the Infoset query, and after that we will create the data flow in BW. For that purpose, we have to give the Infoset query which we created, which is z is underscore SLS. I guess this is the query we created. Right? Z I underscore SLS. I guess that is the one. So now save it. Okay, it will give like this for the input set. Save it. Now you can do the selections and you can generate the data source. Okay, those are the selections. Right? That's fine. We can just save this, and what it will do is to generate the extract structure. It will generate the extract structure and create the data source. The data source name which we created is ZDS underscore SLS here. No? So you have to go to RSA6 to find out whether our data source is created, activated or not. So we go to the SD, which we gave here in SD. We have given the data source, right? So you go to the SD and you look for the data source which is starting from Z by Z. Yes, ZDS underscore SLS. It means it is activated. And this is the extract structure which is created for the data source, and that is it. But there are no selections here. Okay, so this is the data source extract structure created, and there is the data source. So we go to the RSA3 and enter. Here we have created, we have these selections here, and you can execute this. to look to look at the data. So we got some data records here. Okay, how many data records are there? We will find it here. So we have 16,682 data records. We can go. check the data in the RF section. So here is the data in RF3. So this is mainly what we do. We have created the DS, and then now we have to go to the BI system, and we have to do some activities in BI system so that we can the activities of a BI system includes like create replicating the data source, and then creating, you can see the in BI system we replicate the data source, then go to RSOS field map and search for the field info object names for our fields here, and then create in data store object info queue create store object. uh, I mean create data store object, create, and then you can, I mean I'm sending this document, you can see in this document I have given clearly. I guess you understood this, Adi?
Can you hear me? Can
Yeah,
you hear
yeah,
me?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
I hear you. Can you hear me?